This is one of my black beech trees. They're in their third growing season. I collected about 50 of these black beech trees from Canaan, a mountain near us. And they're now in their third growing season. They're collected as 2-leaf seedlings off a log. I'm really pleased with how fast they've developed. This will be their third cutback this year, and last year I think they had 2 cutbacks. So what I'm doing is really shortening them, everything back into the little pyramid sort of shape. If I don't shorten these long lengths back, the new growth will be right out here off the end of these tips, and it'll just get bigger and bigger. Generally with bonsai, if you have the chance of reducing your tree size without making it look too ugly, you should do it, because keeping a tree small is half the battle, most of the battle sometimes. Some of these I'm already sorting out which is the front of the tree, which is the back, but mostly I'm just allowing them to grow. I'm cutting them back pretty hard. I wouldn't cut them so hard if they weren't growing so vigorously. Finding the top of the tree can be quite a challenge at times. And maintaining the top of the tree light without the big heavy branches. This branch here is, I'll have to keep an eye on that one, it's almost too heavy. Black beech are a big part of our southern forests here in New Zealand. I think they're going to make good bonsai. I don't think people have really done a lot of work with them. I've got some nice ones at home. I've got a good big cascade which I have made. I'll show you. Not much left of it now. So black beech are prone to crashing. When I've planted them in the forests here, I lose quite a lot. They grow really fast and then they just stop and die. And it's probably because of they're lacking mycorrhizal fungi. Initially these grew really fast and then they lost all their leaves over winter, and I was a bit worried that they were going to crash. So I got a healthy beech tree from a nursery that had lots of good mycorrhiza. You can see it all over the root ball. And I put a chunk of it into the blender and blended it up, and then poured it on around these trees. And they certainly took off that spring. Whether that was because of the inoculation or not is really, I wouldn't really say. There's too many variables to state that, but it may have worked. Got good vigorous roots. They're potted up in a nice, very nice potting mix. It's what's it called? It's called Delton's Premium. There you go, Delton's, free plug. But it seemed to be a really nice mix. Most of the things in my nursery have been growing really well on it this year. I know that they're inoculated with fungi because they grow little brown mushrooms around the base. It's a pretty nice bottom branch. One thing they've got going for them is they have an alternating branch structure. Unlike a lot of maples and things, which will have a parallel branching. just keep taking it back, making it smaller. Keep it small. At the same time as I collected these little seedlings, these when they were little seedlings, I got some plants out of a boggy, sandy place up in Canaan as well, where they were pretty poor. Most of them were just dying. They could already be, I don't know, 10, 20 years old, some of them. They have lots of shape and movement in their trunk. When you are collecting wild trees, look at the trunk. The trunk's boring, don't bother getting it. I've often collected trees and thought, oh, it's really cool bonsai, taken it home, and then chopped off everything that didn't look like a bonsai. I was just left with the trunk anyway. So everything else can be regrown. So what you're really collecting is the trunk. I wired these trunks initially. They grew so fast. I think without the wiring they'd be really quite straight. So I did make this sort of movement in them. Pushed it out on the corners where the branches are coming out, so the branches came out on the outside of the angle. But yeah, they grew so fast that I put the wire on, I took it off less than 3 weeks later. I just had to. It was just biting into the trunk all over the place. That's always the trouble with wire. Put it on, you've got to take it off. You've got to remember it's there and you've got to take it off. Otherwise you do a lot of damage to your trees. There's quite a lot of variability in these. Some of them are quite open in structure with larger leaves or smaller leaves. Some of them are quite dense and closed. It's probably worth thinking about what you're going forward with. But I'm really pleased with this lot. I've tried a few other different species of beech trees, and this is my favourite so far. Still got to keep taking these back. So I would consider this a starter bonsai. It's all there, it's all ready to go. There's plenty of structure, plenty of choices of branches. It hasn't been styled, the branches haven't been brought down at all or shaped or changed in their directions. So they're kind of ready to be picked up and run with by somebody who's really wants to experience how to create a bonsai without buying some rubbish from a nursery. So I'll be selling these, and I will be supplying video on a periodic basis of how to maintain and style your trees. Till next time.